starting a new thing. We're starting a woodworking business, and I get to do the painting. I got those done so far. Alright, so this morning we have 1 bowl of beans, 2 bowl of beans, and 3 bowl of beans. And then Chad found some broccoli and a cucumber that got lost, and he pulled in a couple of hills of potatoes, so those are just small potatoes. And the other part of the taters. And there's the rest of the potatoes. These are red potatoes. And I think they turned out pretty good. They're huge. So. And Chad said that was 2 hills. Here's some beans that he did the other day. So, dehydrating some onions. So, these onions, they didn't dry very well. Which, that happens sometimes. So, these ones I cleaned them up, I sliced them, and I'm going to dehydrate them. Now, the nice thing about this is, once they're dehydrated, what I do is I put them in a blender. I put them in the blender and blend them up and make onion powder. The best onion powder you'll ever have. So there we go. I'll check them on in a little bit. Okay, so tonight I'm making potatoes and steak. So I take the potatoes, chop them up, put them with salt, pepper, and garlic, a little oil, and then put them in the pan. And then I chop up the steak and put it on top. But I really like this because a little spinach. Well, my spinach is doing terrible in the garden. So what I did is I went out and went ahead and picked some of this lovely Williams quarter, which tastes just a lot like spinach. It's kind of like a wild spinach, which grows in a yard everywhere, and there's a really tall plant with their dill, so I went ahead and picked that and threw it in with their supper. So a little wildness with the red potatoes are fresh. The other potatoes are some that I bought from the store, and the red potatoes are the first that we picked up this season, so should be good. Okay, there it goes, ready to go in the oven. So the meat's on top, potatoes and all that. Put cheese on it right before it's done. Okay, so here it is all cooked. So what you want to do is take your fork and just test the potatoes. So they're fork tender, which is perfect. So now I'm going to get some cheese and top it. Okay, so there it's topped with some cheese. And here it is all done. Cheese is nice and melted and it's ready to eat. This is a great recipe to use. It's simple and easy and the kids love it. You can use this with any meat. You can use it with chicken, pork, beef as we did. Whatever meat you have on hand that you can chop, and throw on top. It works great for. But yeah, it's real simple and you just cook it, until the potatoes are fork tender and the meat is done. And you enjoy. Alright, so here is 7 jars. And 3 more jars. This gives us 10 jars from those 3 bowls of green beans. So, yay! Plus there's a handful left over, which I'll use for something else. So there we go. Alright, so it's been about a day and a half since I put these on. And so now they are crispy. Like so. And they've shrunk a lot. And there's those ones. Okay, so now what you're going to do. Now, if you just want dehydrated onions, you can just store them like this. But I'm going to make onion powder. So I'm going to put them in my blender here. Alright, so there are my onions in my little blender. Wouldn't recommend using this in a blender that you would make smoothies in. It might taste like onion. But I have this little one came with my big blender, so I use this for, as you can tell, it's all scratched, for a lot of my blending. So if I make dehydrate greens, onion powder, garlic powder, I use this one. So I'm just gonna blend this up. I won't record that because it's gonna be loud. So let me. And there you go. Onion powder. Now you can keep blending it, but those little pieces are just fine. Yeah, see, those little pieces are perfect. And you got more of the powder in the bottom, of course. You can blend it more, but I find those onion pieces are great. It reminds me a lot of that onion mix, soup mix stuff, but it's really good. So here's a start of my onion powder for this year. Again, these are the onions that weren't drying well, like they were just starting to go bad. So instead of throwing them out, I saved what I could and dehydrated them and make delicious onion powder for the winter. So there we go. And there we go. I cleaned out my jar and I got my fresh onion powder for the year. Well, at least part of it. I'll be making more. But good start. Hey, thanks for watching this video. A little snippet of my past week or so. So a little here and there. It's just been really super busy working on getting stuff around for Chad's new woodworking business and canning and stuff. So, but I hope you enjoyed this video and tune in next time. Remember, if you like this video, remember to like it, and if you want to see us again, hit the subscribe button. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.